Hello developers and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to do this craft beer. I have a class named box, and then in the scss file I have defined all the colors. Most of them are linear gradient and I'm using scss just to define the colors and nothing special. In the class box I have a position relative, a margin auto, a display block and then a red border. You will be able to find all the codes in my CodePen account or in GitHub, and I'm going to leave in the description box the links. So now let's start writing. Inside the class box I'm going to have all my other classes. Sometimes you can have some class or you can have IDs, but in my case I'm going to use classes and not IDs. So I have a class bottom, and then a class middle one, a class middle 2, 3, 4, a class top, and a class over the top. Inside these classes I'm going to have a class middle beer and a class middle shadow. These two classes are going to be everywhere. The special thing is going to be in class top, which I will have my bubbles. And then in the class over the top I'm going to have only the class over the top shadow. So in the CSS I'm going to start with class bottom, but there is nothing special here, so I'm using Clippy tool, and if you follow my previous video you will know what this tool is all about, but if you're not familiar, well, it's something that helps you make some shapes quite easier and faster than in CSS, but of course you can try to do them in CSS. So I used the trapezoid to make this small gray shape. I will also leave in the description box the link for the Clippy tool. So now I have my border left solid 3 pixels with the color glass border. But except from left I also need a right and a bottom one. And then as for the radius, I'm not going to have a general radius, but I'm going to have a border top radius here, left and right 10%. Here the color is very clear. So maybe you are not able to see very good our glass, but trust me, it is here. And I have almost all the parts. I just want the glass top right now. So let's adjust our class here with a border of bottom and 40%. And so now the middle beer, we will add the color and you will be able to see it. Here it is our beer bottom color. It's this yellow orange color of the beer. And now I'm going to define all the borders that I want. Great. As for the Z-index, it's like layers in Photoshop, so it is like the most top layer. It's going to be more visible. But here I'm using Z-index -1, so it's like it is in the background. First we're going to see the glass and then we're going to see the beer. Great, so let's continue with the bubbles. Here I'm going to change the colors to bubbles, and this is actually a small tip. If you want to remember your colors, maybe you could define them in the same name as in your class. So for me it's bubbles, or it's glass, or it's glass border. And now for the shadow, every class is going to have a shadow. The background here is going to be glass border, and I will need a border top left radius and a border bottom left radius of 50%. So it's like a half circle. And our shadow is almost ready. Okay, I think that's great. And so now let's comment our red border and let's see the final result. If you did like it, please consider share and subscribe. Thank you!